I'm struggling. I'm struggling with moments of raw emotion seeping out when I hear a heart-meant message or story. Just feel like I'm hanging on, trying to be strong. I feel numb at times. Anxiety kicks in and I can't hold on. I'm trying to find space for my own mind. It's been such a long period of time to hold on with lockdowns, tears, roars, desperate needs to be free to do what's natural. The worry of hugging a relative and bringing death and infection to their door, or being infected. My name is Johnny Gleeson, and this is my family. I decided to document our journey and the stories of others from around the world during the pandemic that is affecting us all, coronavirus.
So regarding what's happening in Dubai,
brief report on
my name is Marie.
how it is
to be in parks. I live in
yeah,
and we certainly like to enjoy.
I don't know where I'm sitting right now.
I live on the Greek island of Kefalonia.
Unlike in the UK or Italy, it wasn't.
Hi, my name's Jill. I'm English.
In Pune seems
Okay.
Hello.
Where are you off to?
I'm going to work.
And what do you do?
I'm a mental health nurse.
Okay. This is Kate, my fiance. She works for the NHS.
Ward for the older people.
Yeah. Busy?
Yeah.
Kate and I were due to get married on the 30th of May, but we've had to postpone that, sadly. Evie has cooked us pasta today. She's putting all her free time to good use. Aren't you, Evie? Just heard on the news that there's been about 405,000 people have volunteered to help the NHS, which is brilliant. The nation is really pulling together. It's such great news. On the other hand, the other thing that's I'm a bit worried about is being self-employed through my gardening and through my acting. We're still waiting to hear whether there's going to be any help for everyone who's self-employed. It's Thursday the 26th of March. Just woken up, I feel quite shattered today. Last night I saw that lots of people volunteered for the NHS, and so I went online and did it myself. I feel like it's gonna give me something to do, something positive, and I really feel like I need to do something for this country. A lot of people must be feeling that way. I feel a bit at the moment, I feel like it's, if I'm just sat at home, I feel like it's how people sometimes feel like on a beach when all the water goes out suddenly. It just gets drawn out for miles and everybody walks out onto the dry sand, and I was wondering what's happening. Apparently it goes really quiet and there's no birds or anything, and then suddenly you hear it, you hear the wave coming in, the tsunami coming in, and it comes in so quickly and it hits and there's nothing you can do. But it feels like that, but this feels like an invisible wave. You don't know where it's going to hit and who it's going to hit, and you just feel a bit out of control. So yeah, I just need to do something. I need to help. I need to help people. A lot of people that need help. It's a couple of minutes to 8 o'clock, and apparently at 8 o'clock everyone's going to be applauding to support the NHS. Yeah, good thing. Let's go outside and find out.
The NHS workers are out! Thank you, thank you.
Right, now it's really starting to get to me today because I spent all day in the house with the children, and I'm washing up again. I'm stood at the sink washing up because I don't know what to do myself. I've just got an email from my mum asking for some food bits for us to pick up for her before we go on Saturday.
I've never seen a crowd like this before.
I know!
Just found out my dad has been taken into the West Suffolk Hospital, which is about 5 minutes away. Yeah, no visitors at all, so I can't go in. Just out for my one allowed walk of the day with the dog. Yeah, I mean, luckily I live out here towards the edge of town in the countryside, but God knows what it's like if you live in town. It must be awful, especially if you're in a flat and you can't get out. So my sort of mind and heart is with those people. Painting a rainbow. Why are you painting a rainbow, Evie?
Put it in the window.
Why are you putting it in the window?
To make people positive.
Yeah.
It's the 30th of March. Haven't really felt like saying too much today. Yeah, I just spoke to a friend of mine who's in Kuala Lumpur, and Alison Jones, and she's just started a new job there last week, but she's been in a hotel room all week and hasn't seen anyone. So she's stuck in a hotel room, which must be really frustrating. She can't even really go anywhere. It's Tuesday the 31st. I haven't really turned the TV on today, so I don't really want to watch the news. It's just really getting me down. Kate has just come back from work and she's saying that I make a very good house husband, so I can stay at work and do all the work.
Stay at home and do all the work.
Stay at home, I've lost the ability to speak. What do you think?
I think so. Doing lots of cleaning. Washing's all done, the ironing's all done. It's a delight.
Does that please you, does it?
It does please me. It saves me doing it all.
Don't get too used to it.
I will. I'm a bit disappointed about the state of the floor though. Are you there?
With a bit of time on my hands, I really wanted to know what other people were doing with the time spent in lockdown.
The sessions went really well this morning. Yeah, it was brilliant. Made all the stress almost worth it. No, it was really, really worth it. It was lovely. There are people which I haven't seen at all today down at the bottom of the path as I go down towards the two big lakes here in this little town we're now living in, Guildford in Connecticut. I'm walking through part of our woods on my morning walk, well, afternoon actually now, but I'm just thinking how very strange and deserted everything is, which is pretty unusual.
So, Katie Stevenson. I live in Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk. Daily routine, my daily routine is get up about 7:30, 8 o'clock. My husband gets up at about, I don't know, 8:30, 9. I tend to have a conference call, well, I have a conference call every morning with work at 9 for about half an hour or so. Kids get up, Tilly gets up about 10, half 10, Jack gets up, well, whenever we pull him out of bed, normally about 11. We tend to work all morning, kids sort of gradually start doing their schoolwork, have lunch about 1, do a bit more work in the afternoon, from the kitchen table, kids in their bedrooms doing their work, tend to finish at about 3ish.
It's Friday the 3rd of April. I've just had an email from the volunteer service about helping the NHS. Sadly, they cannot verify my identity, which makes me feel even more useless than I feel already.
I'm really distraught. I just couldn't get the technology to work, and I don't know whether it's me or I don't know. And I feel really uncomfortable with technology, and I'm on my own. I'm doing my best, and I couldn't get it to work.
Kate just sent me through some photos from work. They're having to wear the face mask now. Yeah, it all looks a lot more serious now, and I am quite worried about her and all the people she works with in the NHS. Just picked Kate up from work, so tell me what's happening at work, Kate.
Okay, so where I work, obviously I can't disclose where,
yeah,
but there are 2 wards,
yeah,
and we, like the general hospitals, are having to reduce the bed occupancy to kind of 50% of what we'd normally have, so that we can make a COVID-19 area where we will treat patients who either get the symptoms of COVID-19 and or then are tested positive. So as a team of staff, we're being asked if you're physically able, because obviously there's a group of people who have been removed from work, like the general population, who are being asked to stay at home and not have any contact to maintain their own health. So for the staff who are left at work, we're being asked to volunteer to go and work on the COVID ward. Not that we have any patients at the moment, but you can probably appreciate that that's quite an anxiety provoking thing, and some staff are, you know, managing that like they're managing life and taking it day by day, and then some staff are completely freaking out.
They're pretty scared.
Yeah, and it does feel scary. You know, it's really hard when you consider the information you receive whilst you're at work and the expectations of what we have to do and how we have to nurse and how we have to manage this. The information changes every day, so not only are you trying to support and work with people who already are very vulnerable for many different reasons, you've then got to manage the information that's being given by the government and our trust in what we should and shouldn't be doing and how we deliver that and how we portray that. And then on top of that, you know, being a charge nurse, my expectation in managing a shift with the patients and then the staff's anxieties. And then of course I've got my own anxieties, thinking about, well, what implications does this have for my family and my loved ones, and balancing all of that's quite challenging, really.
There's a lot going on, isn't there?
Yeah. So I just, you know, try to say to people it's day by day, that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Information changes daily, you know, what we've debriefed the staff about today is right for today, and then have to wait and see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. You'll be alright.
Yeah.
I heard in the papers that the petrol stations might have to close because there's nowhere to put the petrol. So I was worrying a bit about that, but I got here today and it's empty. Alright H, what are you up to?
Not much, just watching TV.
Are you enjoying this time off school?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Have you started doing any kits at all?
Matchstick thing. It's very hard.
Hi, I've just got back into the car after doing my 4-day shop. I've been at home all day doing a bit of gardening and a few other bits, household chores, filling the day like we all are, and needed some provisions, so I have come here to get a few things for the next few days. Felt very nervous actually, because the last time I went shopping a lady got very cross with me, very anxious and very stressed because she said I was too near her. I was actually about 3 or 4 meters away. So since then I feel quite worried when I go into a shop. The last thing I want to do is distress anybody, and it made me feel quite odd for a few days.
Hi, I'm Karen. I live in a place called Colville. But yeah, anyway, the great news is that this week, this is what, week 3 of lockdown, I managed to get some rice. I got 2 bags of rice. And we're constantly being bombarded, absolutely bombarded with all these figures, these death figures. I found really depressing and really hard to handle. Oh, my dad, he was the most amazing person ever. God, we miss him so much. But we lost him last year. And then January came, January the 1st actually, and both my partner and my dad got flu. My partner managed to pull through it, he was okay, but my dad, he didn't. And that was really, really sad. But with the flu that he got, it was actually H1N1 flu, swine flu. He got pneumonia, and within the week he was gone. The most beautiful, no, not the most beautiful, it was a beautiful experience, saying goodbye to him. He was lucid, not all the time, and we sat and we chatted and thanked each other, and as far as goodbyes goes, I was really lucky to have that with him.
So we live in...
Tan apocalíptico lo que se...
My name is...
Kate's not feeling too well today.